All right, we're live. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Pokemon card live stream. It's a daytime stream, and that's because we have this somewhat large CGC return. It's one of the larger ones we've ever sent out. Of course, we sent it out back in December, and it is now, what is it, June? So it's been 6 months since we sent this particular submission out. That's a long wait time. Of course, when we first got into CGC, it was not that long of a wait time. They were saying like 2 months, 3 months, and boy, did it blow up. And I think that's because people have discovered what a nice service it is. So we've got 2 rows of returns for you guys, and then I got this little row on the side for me. I've been through the grades, and I'll tell you guys ahead of time, the grades are pretty tough. That's an ongoing theme that we've seen with the CGC, very tough grading. You know, it's funny, on the one hand, I felt a little disappointed about my particular grades and going, oh man, why didn't I get a bunch of 10s? But at the same time, I have a few things to say about it. The grading is cheaper. Okay, so even if your card were to sell for a bit less money, you paid a bit less money as well to get it graded. The other thing is, the slab. I like the high quality slab. The more I feel the slabs on these CGCs, the better I like them than the PSA version of the slab. And whenever I do get into grading, it would be nice if at some point we started using these, but I have no clue who makes those for CGC. It's really impressive. And the third thing is, if you do have a pristine graded 10 with CGC, hold on to that sucker because those are hard to obtain. They are not commonly handed out, and they do deserve to be sold at a premium. Okay, so those are some initial thoughts. Why don't we start going through the grades? Why don't we start going through them? I'll take my cards and push them off to the side. And we'll start out with, how about this big pile in the middle? So these couple of cards up here were actually a like tier 2 submission, so they were meant to have come back faster, and for the most part they did come back faster, so that was nice. The very first one on the top is for Kara Nichols. Kara Nichols sent out a Cynthia because Kara Nichols was lucky enough to pull this out of a box of Ultra Prizm, which, by the way, we have Ultra Prizm right now. I got sealed boxes of Ultra Prizm if you want to chase after this card. And it is 9.5 on the Cynthia with the centering of 9.5, surface of 9, corners of 9.5, and edges of 9.5. Very interesting. Man, it's such a clean card, too. I looked it over. Look at the... So they're claiming that the centering's not very good, but I mean, the centering actually does look pretty good. So it says centering 9.5. The next thing it says is surface is 9. Here, there's some residue, kind of like paper residue on it. Let me just wipe that off. Not harsh enough. That deserves a 9. Perhaps what they mean with the surface is this serrated edge. Let's zoom in, if we can. There we go. You see that? I bet that's what they discount right there. It's that serrated edge. Have you noticed that, guys, before? So a little bit of a serrated edge there. And, you know, that's an imperfection. So maybe that's why the surface is 9. Corners are 9.5. What is wrong with the corners? The corners are so good. There's no dots or whiting at all on the corners. Crazy, man. They have to be using some sort of microscope is what I think. They're using some sort of magnification on the image, and they are finding some very small thing that the eyes do not detect, not the naked eye, and they're saying, you know what, that disqualifies it for being a 10. That's all I can conclude, basically, when looking at these. Corners are simply not round. I mean, but they do look round. They look really nice. And then finally, edges of 9.5. That's a similar deal. So this is the serrated edge. Is that what the 9.5 is? If so, why did the surface only get a 9? Is there a print line on the surface? I just don't see it. So it's really, really tough. Bradsman says, punish me, CGC, grade harder. I know. Well, anyways, this would be equivalent to a PSA 10, this Gem Mint 9.5. And here's the wildest part. We just had, you guys know this if you're watching the channel, we just had a lot of PSA returns. And we were looking over the PSA 10s that came back, and the PSA 10s were actually so generous. I mean, it was ridiculous sometimes, some of the cards that came back 10. Like, look at this card. See how thick it is on the top? This is a 10, by the way. See how thick it is on the top? Now look at the bottom. See how thin it is on the bottom? You know, this is openly off-center. You can see the thick on the top and thin down here, right? That graded 10 with PSA. But with CGC, we have this card, and it looks fantastic in comparison. I mean, it really looks quite good. But they say 9.5. Now, I will point this out. With both companies, They call this Gem Mint. See, this is Gem Mint, and this is Gem Mint. So with CGC, when you get a Gem Mint, they give it a 9.5, and when you get Gem Mint with PSA, they call it a 10. So this is sort of like a grading ideology. That's what that is, or philosophy, if you want to use that word instead. CGC believes Gem Mint should be called 9.5, and PSA believes Gem Mint should be called 10. So that is a difference between companies. But what's wild is this CGC 9.5 is actually a lot nicer than this PSA 10. So it's a lower number, but in my opinion, it's a nicer card. So crazy. And I really feel like people should take that into account when they go shopping. When you see a card for sale on the internet and it's a CGC 9.5, you really should look it over with your eyes in the pictures, because it might be nicer than an equivalent PSA 10. And you can always cross-grade if you really want to, especially on a very expensive card, you might consider that. Or you can hold on to it as a CGC 9.5. It's not like the card inside changes depending on whose label is up here. It's always the same card. So, but man, it's still a nice grade. Kara Nichols, here you go. All right. Yeah, it's wild. The number here, 9.5, is lower than the PSA 10, and yet it's a nicer card. So wild. And they have to be using some sort of magnification in order to be finding these flaws, because I look it over with my eyes and I just don't see it. Such a great looking card. Miss Kara Nichols, by the way, your card has not been picked up by PSA yet, so I can actually just pop the box open and throw this in there, okay? So that's good to go. Okay, that was Kara Nichols, and really that ought to set the tone for this return, because you're going to see a lot more of that. Edwin Acosta is next. He gets a 9 on his Charizard. Here are the subgrades. Look at that, not a single 10 for the subgrades. I know for a fact that this is a pack fresh card, because we pulled it ourselves. And it's a Japanese card. You can see the other grade, Zacian V. This is also pack fresh. And this just kind of scares me, man. Look how tough that grading is, because this did not even get 9.5. What did they find? What could they possibly have found on this card? So they're saying the centering's a 9. But I mean, look at the centering. It's not that bad, right? They're like, nah, that's a 9. So it just shows you the huge difference between CGC and PSA. What this tells me is if I cracked this 9 and sent it to PSA, there's a very good chance it would turn into a 10. So even when you're looking at CGC 9s, you should be wondering, could this CGC 9 turn into a 10? And once again, I'll use this as a comparison, but there's worse examples than this. This got a 10, and look at how off-center it is on the top. Right, the silver line is quite thick, and then you look down here, and the silver line is very thin. And on the back, you can see that the top is clearly fat. So this got a 10 with PSA, an equivalent card with hardly, I would say, less off-centering than that card. This card gets a 9. And once again, it's 9 on the edges and 9 on the surface. So what did they find? I'm not seeing any particular print lines. Amazing, man. Really tough grading. So Mr. Edwin Acosta, 9s on both of your cards. Here are the subgrades on the Zacian. Okay. Still very lovely cards. Let's go ahead and sleeve these up. We'll baggy these. Well, I tell you what, we'll sleeve them up for you. Very tough. Do you have Pokemon code cards? I got all the code cards just for you, mister. So just remember, guys, when you can obtain a CGC Pristine 10, those Pristine 10s are probably so clean, you wouldn't even be able to see how clean they are. They're that clean. That's my point. They must be so high in quality. There you go, Mr. Edwin. A little complimentary sleeving up because you ordered a higher tier here. Crush those CGC graders. All right, and now these are mine, actually. So I had some cards that I sent off to CGC. We have a Karina's Focus 9.5 and a Rapid Strike Urshifu 9, because I opened up a little bit of these myself because I had to make TikTok content. And actually, I sat down with my wife one day and we opened a little box together for fun. So these were lovely. And however, this got the 9.5. Look at that. It says 9.5 on everything. Everything. Wow, man. And then this got a straight up 9. And this one really confused me. The centering on this one is 8.5. So that's not even like a centering of a 9.5. That's not centering of a 9. It's 8.5. They really marked it down. Okay, what's wrong with it? Is it really that bad? That's so bad that that's an 8.5. I mean, it's not like these two are really, it's not like this is much thinner and the other one's much fatter. They're like, take that all the way down to an 8.5. Holy, they are so tough, guys. It's not too bad, mister. CGC 10 equals BGS Black Label. That's what I'm thinking as well. You need some code cards. Hey, mister, you got any codes on your phone? Check the back, mister. They grade the back just as hard as the front. Well, maybe it is the back. That could be it. I'm not sure. It's got to be something, right? You got any codes, mister? Got any codes on your phone? Oops. I'm dropping these sleeves. Mister, are you going to sneak? I'm here for the free CGC cards. Hey, maybe we do need to do more giveaways. As you guys know, I am working my way up to 100,000 subscribers, just like I have on the GameConomist channel. I would really like to have that over here. I miss it. I miss having 100,000 subscribers behind my name. I know it's a long way there, but you guys could help. If you guys are not subscribed to the channel and you're popping in for the first time, you really could help me out by hitting that subscribe button. Okay, so I appreciate everyone who's already done that as well. Thank you, guys. So let's see. Okay, so those were like the cards that got sent in Tier 2. Now we're moving on to some Tier 1 cards. Here's Sadhud, Mr. Sadhud with Talonflame grading a 9. Sorry, Sadhud. Sorry, bro. Talonflame. These are Japanese pulls from Pack Fresh Packs, guys. Pack Fresh. Ryan Fjelsted, 9.5 on your Sil Valley. Now, this I can see. This is actually clearly off-center on this side. So that's fine. That's actually similar to what you would have gotten with PSA. Okay, so that 9.5 is maybe even generous, because maybe with PSA, that would be 2 off-center. Kind of interesting. You never know, though. PSAs, they're pretty generous. PSA is pretty generous. We got Papa's in the house. You know what's interesting about these returns? Nicknames. We're still using nicknames at this point. And this is probably the last submission I ever do where we use nicknames, because eventually we swap over to real names. Papa's in the house. He's got a Lost Thunder Sceptile, which graded 8. And that seems appropriate because it's real off-center. Look, real thin up top, fat on the side. You also have this Lugia 9 from Lost Thunder. Wow, that is also a nice card. But we can also see this is quite off-center. So the 8 and the 9 here are correct grades. It's the cards that are correctly graded. It's nice to see that consistency between the two grading companies. It's the ones that are very differently graded from the, like PSA standards. Those are the ones that we talk about because they're so interesting. We've got Mr. Nerdy Noob. What's up, Nerdy Noob? He got 9.5 on his Jirachi. 9.5. And 9.5 on his Jirachi. Okay. And they look nice on the back, but of course, if you look in the front, you can see he's a bit thinner on this side, thinner on the top, and over here, he is similarly, well, this one's pretty well centered, actually. Yeah, this one's nicely centered. But I would say he does look slightly thinner right here compared to right here. Very, very, very slightly. But look at the centering. They drop it all the way to a 9. It's interesting to watch. It really is. But these are 9.5s, which are gem mint, and they're saying this is equivalent to the PSA 10, and I'd have to agree. If he resubmitted these to PSA, they would probably get gem mint. Okay, very nice. Mr. Jirachi. Okay, and now I believe this is for Robert Wright. It says Lucario 95. He kept changing nicknames. I think this is him. This is one of the reasons why we had to get rid of nicknames. Robert Wright, he's got Tapu Bulu, and it graded 9. Wow, it's such a nice pull. And yeah, it only went for a 9. Let's see if this deserved a 10 at PSA. I think it would have a shot at a 10 at PSA. You see the off-centering in the back? PSA is actually more generous when it's off-center back there. And I kind of agree with them on that policy. The reason I agree is because nobody looks at the back of a card. It's the back of a card. You only display the front. But then on the front, we can see it's also off-center. But then again, PSA has allowed a lot of off-center cards in the front to escape with the 10. So this is an interesting issue, because if you're getting mint 9s with CGC that could have been gem mint 10s at PSA, that actually would probably just be a straight loss. There's no way around it. I think some people have come to the agreement that gem mints with CGC are probably worth the same as a gem mint with PSA. But this is still a topic where if you tried to sell this as a PSA 10 price, people would say, no, I don't want that. I'll just take the PSA 10. But the funny thing is, I think if you cracked this and resubmitted it, it would probably get a PSA 10. So the grading at CGC is just so damn tough. It's really tough. Next up, we have LittleDoe. All right, LittleDoe, you have a few. LittleDoe has more than a few. LittleDoe has a bunch. They can't take their time. It's affecting their quality. Here we go. So LittleDoe, Charizard V9. Charizard V9. It's a lovely looking card. Charizard V9. This is the promo. Here's a 9.5. And yeah, this actually looks really clean. This would definitely grade 10 at PSA. Looking at these 9.5s from CGC really makes me confident that if you were to crack a 9.5 from CGC and send it to PSA, there's probably like a 95% chance that it does grade 10 with PSA. So I'm very confident on those. Jirachi 9.5, very nice. Here's Raikou 9.5. Amazing Rare Veltal, 9.5. So again, those are all basically like pulling gem mints from PSA. Now here is a mint Surfing Pikachu. What did he? Yeah, he's a bit fat on this side, actually. It's hard to see it because the border is the same color as the card, but it's true. Oops, better not drop that too hard. Well, these cases are so tough. I really like the cases. Charizard Reverse Holo, and that is just a 9. Not even a 9.5. You know, I kind of see it, though. He's got a little white dot down here. He's got a little white dot down here. He's fat on the left compared to the right. The front of the card looks pretty good, though. You know, it's crazy because I've seen cards with these little white dots at PSA still pass for 10. And once again, it's very frustrating because this is like a borderline card. You could buy this card mint 9 and hope to pass it along as a PSA 10 if you were to regrade it. And it might actually go. That's the wild part. So that one's one of those cards where maybe you did lose money at CGC. 8.5 Charizard Evolutions. And this is actually really lovely. So this is an interesting card because we knew it wasn't going to grade 10. Look at that. There was no way I was telling her, oh yeah, this has a shot at a 10. So we knew this was not going to grade 10 at all. Maybe we were hoping for a 9. Actually, if we flip it over, that corner is in pretty bad shape. This corner also has a white dot. This edge has a white dot. So an 8.5 might actually be more generous than a PSA 8, which I think this definitely would have had a shot at a PSA 8. So this is one of those interesting questions where sort of like the mid grades, you start to wonder who's a better deal, PSA or CGC. And it might be CGC, is the funny thing. Okay, so Charizard, and then one more tough grade. You pulled Reshiram Charizard from Unbroken Bonds, and this graded 8. Look at that, it graded 8. It says it has a surface of 7.5. Let's go see if we can find the flaw. I have no clue. Is it that? Hold on. Let me zoom in. Now, is that the card or the case? I don't even know. Might be the case. I feel like it's the case because of the way the light's refracting. That seems more like a scratch on the surface of the case, not the card. Come on now. Why is my camera having trouble zooming? It's because it's seeing this reflection in the slab and it's trying to zoom in on the reflection. Yeah, I couldn't tell you. No clue, man. It says 7.5 on the surface for this card. You know, if the surface was like a 9, this would have graded 9. But they claim that there's a surface problem, and I simply cannot find it. I have no idea. Looks really good. All right, so that's all for LittleDoe. LittleDoe had quite a large return, and I don't think one of my plastic baggies is going to hold the whole thing. In between the heads, says Alex. Well, that's just a piece of debris. Hold on. Oh, actually, it might be Reshiram's head. Hold on. No, wait, that's debris too, right? Yeah, that's debris. Ah, see, it's reflecting that. It's seeing that light in the reflection. It's trying to zoom in on it. Really tough. I have no clue. They use a crazy magnifying machine. It's in the video I sent you on Discord. Interesting. So that's what I figure. If you can't see it with the naked eye, it has to be some sort of magnifying glass that's finding the issue. So their grading is just so tough that it creates like these anomalies in the grading, like this 8 on the Charizard Reshiram. It's very interesting because I don't think most people are looking at their cards through a magnifying glass. So I don't know how to feel about that. All right, here we go, LittleDoe. LittleDoe. So LittleDoe's got 2 bags because she had so many cards. But is that right? Because I don't think grading should take into account issues that the human eye can't pick up, says William Curry. I don't know, it's a very interesting concept because how about like diamonds, right? When you grade a diamond, what's the first thing they do when they're grading a diamond? They zoom in on it with a magnifying device to look at its actual perfection or whatever. And maybe that's sort of CGC's way of doing things. Maybe they're like, we should be able to put this under a magnifying glass and look for imperfections as if it was an actual diamond. So it's a very interesting concept. All right. Above Expectation says, I heard 70% of black labels from BGS are just the employees giving themselves black labels. Oh, God. Don't say that. That scares me. Okay, you ready? Jose Campus. So we've got Charizard 9 for Jose Campus. Sorry about that. I was starting to examine it. High-profile cards and extremely rare cards should be scrutinized to the highest standard, though. Just my opinion. They found COVID on the card. Guess I'm applying for BGS now. Okay, Jose Campus. We also have Elliot Clark. And Elliot Clark got a 9.5 on his Holo Gengar. Very nice. And a 9.5 on his Kyogre. All right. Yeti Gaming said that, mister. I know you've been there because you're from Missouri. I've not been to Yeti Gaming. However, I have spoken with them before, and I have ordered cards from them before. Elliot Clark. The quality of graders at CGC are much stricter, better than PSA. True Pokemon graders grading Pokemon, as opposed to sports graders at PSA grading Pokemon. Well, yeah, they definitely have a different grade philosophy, and from my point of view, if the grading is really this tough, here's my opinion. The CGC Pristine 10s are being severely undervalued. That's my point of view. I think that the 9.5s, many of them are better than a PSA Gem Mint 10, and the CGC Pristine 10s are probably sitting on the market undervalued. That's my guess. Now, don't let me say that and make you run out and spend all your money all of a sudden. Be sure you're real smart with your money, because if you do buy a Pristine 10 at a high price, you also have to be able to resell them at that high price later if you ever want your money back out. And so it could be the case that the market hasn't really come to understand how tough the grading is with CGC compared to PSA. That's my feelings about the subject. All right, here we go. Space Knight says, imagine getting a perfect 10. I know, we haven't gotten one yet. Mr. Emiliano Orala. All right, Emiliano, he's a deep buyer. He's ordered a lot of cards, and he's got a lot of cards coming back, too. He's got a Low and Golem 9, looks real nice. Gardevoir 9. Indeedee 9.5 from Shiny Star. And Zigzagoon 9.5. Whew. I started buying only 10s from CGC with the exception of vintage cards. Yeah, vintage cards, there aren't even that many vintage cards graded at CGC. They're mostly graded by PSA. So like I picked up the Rocket Scyther and the Gengar Fossil. They're both PSA. You ready? Next up, we have Mr. Dustin Jones. Now, Mr. Dustin got an upcharge on one of his cards. It's not a very large upcharge, though. It was a smaller upcharge than what PSA required me to pay on that previous submission. Dustin Jones, your very first card was an upcharge, and it was this Charizard. All right. Charizard 9.5, right? Beautiful. And so if you were to regrade this with PSA, you would expect a 10. Oops, guess we'll set it down. So, Mr. Dustin, before we ship that, you'll want to talk to me about that. Scorch, we got a lovely Scorch. Dragapult 9. Man, look at that 9, man. This is a Japanese card. There's supposed to be a higher print quality and everything. They gave 9 on centering and surface. I don't know, guys. It definitely scares me. It's got a 9 on the centering and a 9 on the surface. Here's Grookey 9.5. All right. Reshiram 9.5. So those are equivalent to 10s, right? Dracozolt 9.5. Mr. Mime 9.5. Alcremie 9.5. Galarian Farfetch'd 9.5. You know, I actually like the Galarian Farfetch'd better than the Surfetch'd. I think the Galarian Farfetch'd looks really cool. And Mr. Rhyme 9.5. Woo! Well, at least your Charizard wasn't like an 8. LittleDoe got wrecked with that Charizard Reshiram 8, huh? That's a tough grade. So that's all for you, Mr. Dustin. Okay, now we have, I believe it's just one card for Mr. CSman. He sent in Naughty Grimer. Man, I would have liked to have said you got a 9.5 on the Naughty Grimer, but it was only a 9. Surface, centering, corners, edges. Don't forget, this is a pack fresh card, everyone. And it only graded 9. Very tough. I almost feel like if you crack this and send it to PSA, it would probably come back 10. This is another mint 9 that basically makes me think it would have been a 10. All right, CSman. Now, I've got a few, and these were paid for. These were not initially mine. They were someone else's. And I bought out his cards. So this is TCC, and we have Latios. Ooh, from Team Up. That's a lovely card. Okay, Latios. That was basically the only one that got a good grade anyways. Here's Moltres Zapdos Articuno 9. Celebi 9. Rayquaza 9. Naganadel 9. Man, I can't believe that only got 9. We saw ones more off-center than that one that graded 10. Flygon 9. Charizard Promo 9. Charmander 9. And Charmander 9.5. All right. You know what's interesting about this Charmander, though? Look, the centering is a 9. However, if we zoom in, look at the left side of the card and the right side of the card. They're quite off-center to each other. So we saw another card. Take a quick look at this, everyone. So I noticed this earlier. So this is also mine, and the centering here got 8.5. But look at the quality of that corner. The corner is quite good, right? So you look for corners that are pretty close to even. And when we compare these two edges, they also look nice. Nothing wrong with these edges. But when we jump over here, this centering is clearly much worse. You can visibly see that the right or the left side of the card is quite thin. Especially if you come up here, you can see they're quite thin compared to each other. But the centering here is 9. Okay, so how does that 8.5 and this is a 9? How is that an 8.5 and this is a 9? They look at the back for centering. I don't know what they're going to find on the back. I don't know. Very interesting. All right. So the Charmander is 9.5, huh? These are the two good cards I got. Charmander and Latios Latios. Japanese one is OC on the back. Now we got one more order. This is for Mr. Awesome Camera. Wait, is it one more or two more? Two more. Mr. Awesome Camera. He pulls Pierce. Oh, Mister. Look at this. Pierce 9 and Mega Blastoise 9 from Evolutions. Or should I say Evolutions? I love saying Evolutions. Now, wait a second. Is that meant to be beneath that line? Many of the cards are above that line. Okay, well, no, actually, it's not fine. Oh, it's fine. Okay, that's just a card moving around. I had to make sure. All right, Mega Blastoise. I think CGC's robot doesn't know how to distinguish the grades on the Japanese backs. Yeah, I'm not sure. Mr. finally picked up Rocket Scyther. Oh, yeah, I've been a huge fan of that one, and I've been quietly hunting after that card, and I finally got him at a reasonable price. Awesome Cameras. I've been searching for that card since before we did the Gym Heroes break, because I wanted him. There you go, Mr. Awesome Cameras. We finally have one last card for Mr. Andrew Edward, and it is a 9.5 Celebi. Congratulations, Mr. Andrew. Okay, so that's everyone else's return. How about my return? So that's right. I had a little chunk of returns just for me. Remember, this was a pile I purchased from somebody before it came back. And this one is actually all mine. So I tell you what, we're going to start off by sleeving up all these real fast. Fix the goddamn label, says Eddie Petty. I think it's pretty clear that someone not doing a good job with grading. I work at PSA. I see CGC crossover all day. What? Nuh-uh. You work at PSA. Tell me how the labels are made, dude. God, I got to figure out how to make a label. I mean, this label looks pretty simple. It just looks like a... Well, is it? I can't tell. How do you make this label? Well, this is some sort of sticker. How do they get this sticker in the same location on the plastic case every time? Do the CGC slabs feel cheap to you? It's the other way around. I think that the CGC case actually feels thicker and heavier than the PSA case. These actually feel much tougher than the PSA cases. Let me feel it. Oh yeah, there's no doubt. This is heavier than this. Actually, there should be a scale. Where's my scale at? I don't want to dig around for it. So you could probably pull a scale out, a digital scale, and measure the weights between them. You work for GMA. I work for TCC. BGS case greater than CGC, which is greater than PSA. I'm not a fan of the BGS case. The BGS case is square, and somehow that kills me all the time. I hate the squareness of it. It's also larger, which is annoying too. Clear case makes it pog though. Yeah, the clear case is really cool. PSA does not have as clear of a case. And I'm working with the manufacturer right now, and they're going to be sending me slabs like that, unfortunately. But if I can figure out how to get slabs like these, I would actually prefer these. Okay. I have no idea who's making these for CGC. CGC and PSA cards will damage cards over their lifetimes. I don't know what you mean by that. Naganadel. So you guys have already seen these grades. I just didn't sleeve them up. I should have. Okay, Naganadel 9. Now, I'm not going to send these off to regrade. I'm just going to sell them as is and accept the lower price. I don't have time to regrade them. It's not worth the effort. It's not a large enough difference. If it was anything really substantial, let's say like a vintage first edition card, I probably would regrade them at that point. There we go. We got Celebi 9. The birds. Look at these birds. They get destroyed inside their sealed containers. What are you talking about? Okay, now we're moving on to this actual pile that you haven't seen. Mr. Hates Squares. We got a Grookie 9.5. I don't even remember why I included this Grookie. The cards move around a lot in the PSA slabs compared to the CGC or Beckett. Oh no. Can I get 3 battle styles? Says Stuff and Fun. How far are we in? 35 minutes? Yeah, I'll take some orders if you guys want to open some cards today. I don't see a problem with that. If you guys want to see some lunchtime orders. Dragonite. Oh, baby. Now, I want to talk about this. I put together a group of cards to send off to CGC that I knew had no shot at a 10. They were graded cheaper. They were graded faster. And I probably will get roughly the same price as a PSA 8 out of this Dragonite, or maybe slightly more than a PSA 8, because, you know, CGC is pretty tough on grading. I don't know. It's an interesting concept. So when it comes to grading cards that you know have no shot at a PSA 10, CGC might always be the better option. They're certainly cheaper, right? They're cheaper, they're faster. For now, they're faster. You know, this particular submission took 6 months to return. So CGC, like all the other grading companies, is having troubles keeping up with the demand. But yeah, I'm actually quite pleased with this because I shipped this off knowing it had no chance at a 10. Like, look at that corner down there. So that's a pretty substantial white dot. There's a white dot, 8.5. Not bad. Here's a Blaine's Charizard, and similar situation. Look at that. Really rough corner there. He got a 7. I'm actually just fine with that. As far as collectability, would you grade with BGS or CGC? I would still go CGC. I'm just a bigger fan of their price. I'm a bigger fan of their slab itself. I don't like the square Beckett slab. If Beckett ever changed over to a rounded slab with nice corners like this, and maybe a thinner slab for Pokemon cards, I would definitely consider Beckett at that point. It's kind of a situation where Beckett's slab is killing me. I've got a Beckett slab. It's so annoying to hold. Jigglypuff 7.5. Same deal. Look at this down here. So I sent this off knowing it had no chance at a 10, and it was graded cheaper than PSA because CGC, actually at the time, CGC was a lot cheaper than PSA. So we got this graded 7.5 at a much more affordable price. Here is a Dratini 6 from Rocket. And let me mention something. These cards would be pretty fun giveaways if you think about it. This little Dratini 6, somebody would not mind having this Dratini in their collection. He's so cute. He's probably worth something, maybe like 20 bucks. I don't truly know what he would be worth. But here is also a Charmander 4.5. Another very cute card. Okay, we got Charmander 4.5. Here is a reverse holo Neo Premium File Charizard. And he's quite bent up, but they still gave him a 5. Still gave him a 5. Not bad. Okay. So when it comes to these cards, getting them graded with CGC was faster and cheaper. I still got low grades, just like I would have gotten with PSA. But I can sell them sooner because they came back like almost half a year later, or half a year earlier than what I would have waited with PSA. Here's Aerodactyl. This is just an unlimited Aerodactyl. He's not going to go for a lot. Oops, he's not going to go for a lot of money. So I have to say this. This has been a big win. All of these sub 10 cards I sent out that I knew had no shot at a 10. This has been very good. I did this on my very first submission to CGC. I sent a bunch of vintage cards that I knew had no shot at the 10, and they came back so freaking fast, and they're all sold now, so I was able to flip them quite quickly. Okay, we got Nidoking from base set. Very cool. Look at this. Here is Lieutenant Surge's Raichu. And if you look at this corner, look how sharply off-center that is. So I said, well, look, I'm not going to get a 10 with this Raichu. Send him to CGC. I have him. He's back. Took 6 months rather than 11 months, and now I can get him sold. And he's still got a 9. So it's like, it's actually just fine. I'm happy with that. Another one, we've got Giovanni's Gyarados, also a 9. You can see for obvious off-centering. Okay, Very good. I'm with PSA. I don't believe stuff that the human eye can't pick up should make it a 9.5, nor it being a 60/40 center, but I do agree that there should be a pristine 10 at PSA. Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting concept. Again, I want to mention, when you're buying actual jewelry, and that stuff is pretty serious jewelry, people spend thousands on diamonds, which I don't always agree with, but maybe that's because I'm biased against diamonds. The very first thing they do to check your diamond, what do? They zoom in with the magnifying glass. That's the very first thing they do. They don't just look at it and go like, oh yeah, this is perfect. You know, oh, that's the doorbell. I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back. All right, we got something from DHL. Where's my box cutter? It's not on the table, is it? No, well, let me use my scissors instead. DHL usually means this is from Japan. Oh. We'll toss this over here. So we've got some Eevee Heroes. How nice. Just a little more Eevee Heroes. Fix those up. Okay. All right, so let's continue with this though. Here's Alakazam 9. Oops. Ooh, lovely. So these were going to grade 9 anyways, and they're all done getting graded. I'm actually very happy with that. I have no problem with that. I even paid less to have them graded. Here's another card I knew had no chance at a 10. If we look, you can see it has a big white edge there, and it's got a white corner here. It's got a white corner on this corner, and a white dot on this corner. It graded 9. CGC 9. Holo Charizard from Evolutions. Not bad. You can also see it's off center in the bottom. Pretty off center anyways. So, wow, that almost seems generous, doesn't it? That got a 9. Okay, no problem. Very happy with that grade, and he will definitely be a good flip. And somebody who wants a Charizard 9 in their collection will be very happy to have him. Okay. Now, this is a funny card. This card here, this has a story to it. And do I have something I can use to cover it with? Not really. So this card has a story to it. A long time ago, maybe like a whole year ago, Mary sent me a chunk of money to buy her a PSA 9 Goldenization from the Sword and Shield base set. So I bought the slab, I ordered it, and then it never showed up. And she was like, well, where's my Zacian? I'm like, oh, don't worry. We got COVID. All the shipping's backed up. Everyone's buying stuff off of Amazon now rather than shopping. And I kept reassuring her that nothing happened to it. It was taking a long time to ship over here. It was from like Canada or something like that. And then finally, 2 full months passed, and I'm like, oh no, where is it? You know, there should be some indication that it's moved even a little bit, but there wasn't. And the worst part, I couldn't even look up the order because eBay had this terrible design. I don't know if it's still like this, but after 2 months, something you bought no longer shows up in your you bought it feed. So I couldn't even find out who I bought it from. I just couldn't find it. It wasn't, if you search for like sold Zacians, you couldn't find it there. And then, okay, so like 6 full months later, it finally shows up at my door. Smashed to pieces. Smashed to pieces. So USPS had crushed this Zacian in the mail. It actually was Mary's fear that the Zacian graded poorly. And so I thought it would be funny to take the card out and grade it anyways. We graded Zacian V, and it got that beautiful CGC 1. I wasn't even sure if they were going to grade it. I was like, will they grade a card this damaged? But yeah, got a 1. So now this card has a great story. It's not worth anything. It's just worth whatever you think the story is worth. But this is Mary's Zacian, and I'll even ship it to her if she really wants it. I think, did I refund her? I think I refunded her. So, I'm sure I did, right? Next up, oh, I know what it is. Mary had she had borrowed money to open some cards, so I just counted that against that. Okay, and now we've got 8.5 Rocket Grimer. Look at this Rocket Grimer. That's Naughty Grimer. Just like CS Men, I did not pull the 10 on my Rocket Grimer. Yeah, we got Zacian 1. And a great story out of that. And I paid to have this graded because I wanted to see what a fricked up card looks like graded. Isn't that funny? So that's Zacian 1. We have Galizapod 9.5 from Burning Shadows. And I think I just sent this because I was just looking for anything to send. So I'm pleased with that, having a 9.5 actually. Are you going to have them fix the EvoZard label? Oh, they call it reverse holo. No, I mean, I'll sell it as is. People know what it is. They know it's regular holo. I'm not going to have it sit out there for months just because it says reverse. Okay, guys, now one more card. And this card is really fantastic. I'm so pleased with this. I saved it for last because I was so impressed. One of the things I'm very interested with CGC are cards that they will grade that PSA would not grade. This is one of those cards. I sent this card off to PSA and they would not grade it. They sent it back to me and said, F you. CGC did not, and so I'm a big fan of CGC. I wasn't sure if they were going to grade this or not, but they did. And it is. It's graded Shuckle with my signature on it. Qualified grade. How cool is that? And it got 9.5. Not bad. Very cool. So there you go. One of the things I noticed, it says unwitnessed signature on the back, but here we are. I'm on my live stream. You've got video evidence of me saying that is my signature. So it is verified. You can tell that it is definitely my signature and is a graded signature card. So that is the very first one too. That's another thing to point out. This is the very first card I ever got graded that was signed. And it's a Neo Shuckle. Of course, I'm a huge Shuckle fan. That's why I signed it. I'm a big Shuckle simp, right? So I love Shuckle. And doesn't that look cool? That looks cool as heck. So we'll have to do that with a few cards, and maybe I'll put it like in auction or something like that, and it's worth whatever you guys think it's worth. Of course, the Neo Shuckle himself has some value, right? So a Neo Shuckle 10, I don't know what that's worth, maybe like even $100, because my guess is there are not a lot of 10 Shuckles graded with PSA at all, especially not Japanese. And the Neo set's very cool, so Neo's been popular for a long time. Okay, so there you go. Go to CGC and have them witness you sign it, and they will give you yellow labels. Oh, wow. That's so interesting. I didn't know you could do that. But I'm not going all the way out to Sarasota, Florida. But, you know, actually, that gives me something to do, actually. You know what I would really like? I would like to sign a card that comes back with the perfect grade and then sell it for some ungodly amount of money. A perfect graded, I don't know, just pick a cool card. So I was thinking maybe something I could do. He says, does that not disqualify it from 9.5? Maybe when you add all this up and divide by 4, it's still closer to 9.5. Can we do the math on that real fast? That's a good question. Let's get the math going. So 9.5 plus 9.5 plus 9 plus 8.5 divided by 4. It's 9.1. So maybe they round up. Yeah, that graded 9.125. Oops. Some of those metal cards, they were just in the way. How cool is that? Gonna have to show this off because I really like that. And up to this point, the only thing I've signed are like objects. I've signed cards that are ungraded, and I've signed graded slabs, but not the card inside of the slab. This is the first time that I have a card signed inside of the slab. I think that's really cool, especially for my community. We're not a huge community, but that's actually a little bit not true. Within the Pokemon card community, this channel has grown quite substantial in size. There's other channels of similar size like Z and G, maybe Graded Gem, and we're catching up to them. That's the truth. You guys have hit that subscribe button a lot. We're catching up to them pretty fast. So I wouldn't be surprised if we broke 20,000 subscribers, you know, before the end of the year. And I just want to keep going from there. Pretty neat, right? I think the green label only looks better because Shuckle is green. Better than the yellow label, huh? Look at how off the 9.5 stamp is from the Shuckle to Golisopod. Oh, you're talking about this here. Oh, I don't care about that. You know, I used to care a lot about the label. When CGC first came out, one of the very first ways I attacked them was I said, ugly label. Over time, especially when I started working on making my own label, I made this very large realization that the label should not be prettier than the card inside, and that's because it distracts from the card inside. So they have a very plain label, and that's okay, because all that matters is the consistency and the accuracy of their grade, and then probably their how well you can depend on them as a brand, and then the quality of the slab is nice, actually, and you should not distract from the actual card. This should not be more pretty than my Shuckle. So it's an interesting... yeah, it's a very basic label, but over time I have learned to not care about it so much. And could they make it prettier? They probably could, but what does that even mean? You know, like, who cares? You didn't pay for this. You paid for this. You paid for your card to be a 9.5, right? This is just telling you it's 9.5. So it's just, in a way, it's a bit irrelevant. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and move off everyone else's. Let me mention, so a lot of people got their slabs back. Let me give you guys a reminder, when you grade cards with me, when they return, you need to request grading in the Please Ship channel. You have to. That or order live shipping, but you can get free shipping, and I will try to get your cards out earlier than other people's cards because you've already waited a long time, okay? But you need to make a request in the Please Ship channel in Discord because I have to know that your address is the same, and I have to know that you're aware that I'm shipping you the cards. I don't want them sitting on your porch. I don't want them sitting in a mailbox where they could sit out in the sun all day. You got to be aware that I'm shipping you the cards, okay? So please contact me, and they're safe over here in the meantime. Can we order the new Eevee packs? Well, we're going to open Mr. Earth Savior's Eevee packs. Give me a minute. Get these moved off the table. What time is it? All right, that was so cool, guys. Really fun return. That took us 1 full hour, basically. Oops, I'll knock these cards over. We got a little sunlight coming down. I think I'll lower these shades. Oh, I remember this. The shades don't block it. Oops. That's the remote. It does that every time. So the shades don't block out a small strip of the light. I can actually fix that. Give me a minute. I know how to fix that. I suppose we could open some cards. It's a really nice day. Here we go. And I would like to go outside and enjoy it. There we go. No more sunlight. Look at that. I'm so happy with that. Very cool. So I'll have more cards like that on the way. So, we got too many cards here. We priced a number of PSA cards last night. Let's go over those. We got Blastoise Piplup 10, Fighter Energy. These are 60 bucks. Pikachu 9 is 137. Eevee 9 is 78. Umbreon Darkrai is 120. This really helps you kind of understand what you guys can pull out of a pack of cards. Gives you an idea of what you're looking for. okay? This is a very cheap vintage card. This is Dark Raichu 5, and he goes for 65. So interesting. Not much more than I paid for him, so grading him maybe wasn't so important. Buzzwole 10 is 82. There's Electrode at 98. Colossal 150. Wait, I bought that Blastoise from a local shop for $70 in February. Did I score big? If it's the exact same card, you did, yes. Well, that's because Pokemon cards went through a big boom. What do we got here? Another energy. Lapras 9 for 140. It's Poliwrath 140 and Lapras 10. So here's a card that's actually a bit more collectible than the others. This is a legit 10, and you can have this sit in your collection and just leave it there, which is what I do with Pokemon cards myself. I'm a Pokemon card collector / investor. I collect the cards I really like and the cards that I think will go up in price over time. Mewtwo 9, Mr. Mime. Oh, I haven't priced some of these. Here's a Naganadel 10. Is actually very cheap at $70. Noivern 130, Xurkitree 90, and Slowbro for 165, which is cheaper than the English equivalent. Okay, so we've taken those off the table, and we've got these lovely CGC cards on the table. And let's start pricing these up a little bit, okay? So the Zacian's obviously just a joke. He's for fun. We'll hold on to him and look at him. What I want to do is find out, will CGC grade cards that have been sliced in half as well? That would be really funny. And this card's not going to be for sale. We might make him for auction so that people can reveal what they're interested in paying on a signed card. You know what? I doubt that people will pay much more than the $100 that the card is probably actually worth. But we can play around with that later. Let's get some of these all priced up. Bidding war? Probably not. I'm not actually that famous or anything, you know what I mean? I'm just a guy selling Pokies. But it's very cool. All right, give me a moment. So the cheapest Alakazam of the same type is for $80. After the Alakazam, we have Raichu. Don't you guys like that Raichu? He looks awesome. Raichu is also $80. Very nice. Charizard 9, huh? I'm a little curious about that one. He's from Evolutions. And we got to scroll for a little while. Did I write this wrong? Here we go. So are there none available? That can't be right. No, okay, here we go. $8.5. Looking for the first Holo 9. Bunch of reverse holos. Oh man, does he go for a lot? I figured he didn't go for. I figured he went for like $100. I'm just seeing reverse holos so far. Here it is. Okay, so the first 9 that I found was for $210. Jesus. Also, you guys will note that XY Evolutions is back in stock, okay? Fresh XY Evolutions, back in stock. Those are priced up already. Finally, we have that Golisopod, huh? So the problem with the Golisopod, we don't really have anything to compare it against. We have these two Galisopods, the Hyper Rare for 95 and the GX for 60. So I don't really know what the full art should go for. I guess somewhere in between that, right? Oh, actually the GX is $69 with shipping. So we'll make him 75, I guess. Maybe I'll just make him 80. Makes me think that that Hyper Rare is kind of underpriced. You got to remember, Burning Shadows cards are hard to grade 10 because they often have the cutting error. So don't forget that, guys. I often have a lot of nice things to say about Burning Shadows 10s. Okay. And we'll just make the Golisopod 80. The Charizard is much more expensive, which I find really cool. I didn't think that a Charizard 9 would go for so much. You know why? It's because the population on the 9s is quite high. However, this shows you that the demand is there for that Charizard. People must really like him. And, you know, $210 for a Charizard is still fairly good pricing. Cool. So those are priced up, and that's the first round of those. And we'll price more of these as we go along, and even tonight. And this would be nice, because if I'm ever filling out the live customs, I can just reference this price and be like, okay, so this Alakazam is 80, 80 divided by 20 is 4, so 4 spots in the live custom should be 1 Alakazam. Very simple, right? That Charizard looks like a regular holo. That's because he is a regular holo. They mislabeled him. Those goofs. By the way, I want to talk about the live customs. Here they are. So the live customs are changing. You guys might have heard me talk about how I'm worried about certain behaviors with buying live custom boosters. I'll talk a little bit more about that now. With the live custom boosters, I really didn't like this behavior I was seeing where there would be some buyers who would strictly only buy live custom boosters after maybe about 8 to 10 of them had already sold and they were cold. This was leading to an outcome where they were detecting that maybe there was something hot in the box and they were just only trying their luck at the hot thing in the box. They wouldn't try their luck at anything else. So we're changing the way that the live custom booster works so that that doesn't work anymore. Now, all of the hits inside of the live custom booster will have a very similar, randomness between them so that there's no chance for you to sort of camp the box and go after the hot pull in the box. That just won't be allowed anymore because I don't mind people sniping. That's a big part of the fun is sniping. However, that behavior where they would only attempt to snipe after a certain number of cold packs were pulled, we can't allow that anymore because it's not fair to the people who are doing the minesweeping. Okay, and I feel like the people doing the minesweeping were often the people who hadn't made that realization about the box yet. So that doesn't work anymore. The box is changing. The other thing I want to mention, the live custom boosters will now contain many more spots for the large. So one of the reasons why the live customs will change is because many of the best pulls will just go right here into the large. And there's no way to snipe the large. It's designed to be a reserve list, right? So whenever there should have been a hot pull in the live custom booster box, instead, there will just be multiple spots handed out to people who are going into the large. That's how we're going to accomplish getting rid of camping that live custom booster box. And so you'll see this move much faster. And there will be a lot more variety in the large as well. You might see groups of PSA slabs in there. You might see booster boxes in the large. You might see all kinds of stuff. So the large is changing. Both the large and the live customs. And I think that's really going to lead to an outcome where you will still have fun when you pull a hit in the live custom booster, but nobody can sort of camp that box because they've realized how it works. Nobody can camp it anymore. I really don't like that because, again, it just means that the people who aren't aware of how the live custom boxes work, those guys are basically doing the minesweeping, and the people who are getting the rewards from that minesweeping is always the same group of people. All right, so that's changed. And you guys want to open up Eevee Heroes? Well, Mr. Earth Savior, he's got a whole box of them. Let's start with Mr. Earth Savior. Congratulations, Earth Savior. He got a snipe last night. MIT team. What? I haven't bought customs in a long time because of that. What? Yeah. Well, you know, the customs can really burn because they're quite expensive, and I call them high risk. And they are high risk. You know, you could quickly lose $100 and get nothing but holo cards out of the live customs. On the upside, you could open up a $20 pack and pull like, you remember when I would put like Gym Heroes boosters in there? First edition Gym Heroes, it's like $600 booster. And so you could pull that for 20 bucks, which is really wild if you think about it. But that won't be the case anymore. The way it will really work is something like the first edition Gym Heroes booster will now go into the large, and you can pull spots for the large out of the live custom booster box. So the hit rate will increase. You will actually have, you know how I say the hit rate is like 1 in 16? That's going away. The hit rate will more often hover around 1 in 3 and 1 in 5. So the hit rate will be much higher. However, you can still snipe. You can buy a single pack and be the guy who pulls that one hit. So it just won't be as large of a hit. And then the real big winners will be over in the large custom. So in the large custom booster box, you can buy a single pack for 40 bucks and have a chance for some $500 card. However, that's going to be on a reserve list. So there's no way to snipe that. That's just coming down to pure RNG luck. There's no way to snipe it. And sniping was occurring pretty frequently within the live custom booster box because of the nature of it being live. The problem is when orders would slow down at the end of the night, or maybe in the beginning, whatever the case was, people would jump in there knowing that it hasn't been searched yet for its latest hit. So that won't really matter so much anymore. All right, Earth Savior. Yeah, I was watching behaviors for a long time with the custom box, and I like people sniping. I think, again, that's part of the fun is sniping, but I don't want the sniping to come at the, let's say, $200 to $300 cost of someone else, right? It's just too large of an imbalance, and the sniping benefits too much just a very few people who understand how the sniping's working. So it just won't work anymore. And that's what I was talking about the other day. I was really thinking about how to fix it. Yeah, I was sitting down, I was kind of analyzing the problem, and I'm like, I think this is the best solution. Large hits will go into the large, and the live customs will have smaller hits as well as spots you can win in the large. And then the large is on a reserve list, so there's no way to snipe the large. You just have to get lucky over there. All right, Earth Savior's whole box of evolutions. Mr. Earth Savior. What a crazy pull he had. You know what happened last night, guys? Both Earth Savior and Mr. Garcia were trying to pull the hot pull out of the box of live customs, and Earth Savior's order came in after Juan Garcia's, and he managed to snipe this whole box. But what was crazy was just how close they both ordered. They ordered within 20 seconds of each other, and we were able to actually look that up online, which is really interesting because it means you can use cryptocurrencies to buy into the live custom, and I can actually track the actual time where you should be in the list. Okay, so I appreciate the community here spending enough to make an environment so TCC can be innovative and keep this experience evolving and fair. Yeah, fairness is really important. If people don't feel like the box is fair, they won't be interested in the box. So for everyone's benefit, fairness is very important. It makes the whole thing more fun for everyone. So, oh right, we don't need PayPal because this wasn't on PayPal. If I would have bought one, that would have been insane. Oh yeah, if you'd bought a single spot, that'd have been pretty weird. You'd gotten a whole box. Here goes. Earth Savior's here, so he gets to watch the unboxing too. You ready? Are you hypers? Are you screaming, Mom, get in here quick? We've got Glaceon. Oh man, I heard Kara Nichols is after a Glaceon. How many packs in Eevee Heroes? There's 30 packs in a box of Eevee Heroes. Here's Vaporeon. Are you going to return that Zard that says reverse holo? No, I'm just going to sell it as is. You can see what he is. Who cares if it says reverse holo? It's not a big deal. I would buy it if it just said reverse holo, but I know that it would be a holo card. So that's too much trouble. You know, they got enough work going on over there. It's not really going to improve the... Oh! Sylveon VMAX. I think the Sylveon VMAX and the Umbreon VMAX are two of the best VMAXs in the set. So that's a good pull. Of course, they're all good pulls. Everyone likes different evolutions, but Umbreon and Sylveon are the most popular. We know this from Hidden Fates. That's cold. Entei, huh? So we got an Entei holo. Interesting. I wonder if he'll be the best holo. He might be the best holo in the set. I don't think I've seen something better than Entei. Cold. Entei's getting a lot of love lately. He was in Battle Styles too. Eldegoss. Here's Raichu. Okay, Raichu holos in the set. We knew that from yesterday night. Flareon. Flareon's flaring up. Can't wait to be able to order these, says Trent. Yeah, I'm a little concerned. I only have 3 boxes left. And I don't know. Oh, here we go. What do we get? What do we get? It's the same guy. No, it's arguably worse than last night because this is the Rainbow Rare. And when it comes to trainer full arts, people prefer the full art. So Mr. Earth Savior, you're really going to depend on the value of that Sylveon over there because this is not going to be popular. You know the problem with this guy? He looks like he's a Pokemon card collector. That's the problem with them. Pokemon card collectors don't want to collect themselves. They want to collect sexy waifus. Oh, dear, man. He looks like a guy who spends all his time in a comic book store. Here's Florges. Oh, dear. Don't cut it. Don't cut it. Don't do that. He has some value, okay? You know, trade him to me for like 1 pack of evolutions. Not evolutions, Eevee Heroes. If you want to go as far as cutting it, it's such a waste. Such a waste. Cold. The man wants the Sneep. Umbreon. All right. Well, you pick up Umbreon and Sylveon. Here's Swampert. Wait, that's Swampert. That's Marshadow. I'm going crazy. And cold. Holy. Don't sneep them. Ask me if you get a card like that, ask me for a trade. Try to get a trade out of me. That's a much smarter move. That guy worth less than all the V cards, says Eddie Petty. You're probably right. Don't you guys find that ironic? I mean, take a step back with me. Take a step back with me. Hold on. So he's going to be one of the least popular character cards there are. And yet, what's funny about this guy is he looks like a guy who lays on his couch eating potato chips and watching anime. And a lot of us kind of look like him, if I had to guess. We're out of shape. We don't cut our hair often enough. And we're saying, I have the power of God and anime on my side. Sorry, kid. I was only using 10% of my power. Right? So it's kind of ironic, isn't it? And so he was very unpopular even with us. Let's see. You would think that we're the support group for a guy like that. That dude is the next governor of California. Maybe. What? All right, we got Mr. Earth Savior's bag right here. You got a very large bag. Not me, mister. Oh, are you Pokey Buff? TCC Full Art? All right, let's see. We got to make room for him somehow. Where are we going to... Mr. Earth Savior, we got to put your bag somewhere. I don't know where. That was a kick in the nuts. Dude, I don't even want those cards, lol. Well, the evolution cards are quite good. Like you pulled the Sylveon, for example. That's a very nice VMAX of the Sylveon. Unfortunately, the Rainbow Rare is probably not going to ever be too valuable. He will have a value too, by the way. So once again, even the stinkiest card in a set will have somebody collect it because some people go for completed sets, right? So they collect every card in that set. So he will always have a certain value, but I don't know exactly how much. Certainly not as much as those evolutions. Okay, that was rough. I think trading the box would save people collect sets. Yup. Machoke me Zaddy. Zaddy, huh? Okay. What do you guys think? Should I accept Eevee Hero orders? What time is it? We're 74 minutes in. And it's 3:47 p.m. on a weekday, huh? All right. People are saying yes. Well, here's the problem, though. If I sell them here, I won't have any for tonight. That's the problem. So tonight's live stream will be barren. It'll be a barren live stream. Go enjoy the lake. Big T says yes. What would you guys rather have me do? Show them off tonight or open them now? Oh, I didn't know that. Nighttime. Do a break for 1 box. Open tonight. Eddie says now. Nighttime. Now. So you get off early tonight. Tonight and now. Save half for now and half for the nighttime. Why? Oh, okay. Well, I tell you what, we'll make them available again. We're going to do the same price. It's going to be 1 for 10. That's a rather high price, by the way, for a set that just released in Japanese. Let me mention, if you would just give it time, maybe a week or two, the price on these will certainly fall. Okay, so this is a high price. You're buying me lobster dinner. If you would like them at a better price, please just come back in a week when the demand is not so crazy and the supply is not so low, and we will have them at a lower price, I promise. But for right now, they're going to be 1 for 10, okay? For anyone who's so desperate that they would like to open them right now, we're going to do 1 for 10. I'll go update the description. They will be cheaper in about a week, okay? Could be a little longer than a week, but I don't know. Just depends on how soon they come in. We sold out of them easily last night. We sold out of them last night, like in the first 45 minutes, basically. And we were sold out. Do you have any Snorlax slabs for sale? I don't think so. Snorlax slabs. Yeah, I don't think I do. It's my birthday. Can I have a card? All right, we're getting you a free card. Happy birthday. So let's see if there's any orders other than the Eevee Heroes that might have come in already. Do 1 box now and save 2 for tonight. I think we'll do something like that. So Mr. Rob Wright. Mr. Can I get 1 Dragon Ball Z Evolution, please? And have I had any PSA or CGC returns, please? What's up, Robert Wright? So, yes, one of your cards came back today, in fact, and I showed it off. I don't know if he's still watching. It looks like you wanted the 2015 Dragon Ball Z. Good. There we go. Let me just check. Yes, so you were ordering a 2015 Dragon Ball Z pack. So this is for our friend Robert Wright. Mr. Robert, how's life going, Robert? Hope things are going well. And you pull, nice. So S means, what does S mean? He pulled Holo Piccolo, and S stands for common, uncommon, rare, ultra rare, and starter deck? Common, uncommon, rare, and a foil card, 1 on 3, starter deck card. I'm going to guess you pulled a starter deck card. I think that's what the S stands for. All right, there you go, mister. Congratulations. Wow, that was really lucky. Now, Mr. Robert Wright, do you have a box, a bag? I feel like we shipped all your stuff out already, Mr. Robert. It's really good, says Johan. Is it? Let's look for Robert Wright. Ryan, Rand Misiel, Russ, Rob, Robin, Ronald, Raul, Robin, Raul, Ricky, Ryan, Ricardo, Ryan. Look at all these bags that have not been shipped out. I want to remind you guys, in order to get shipped out, all you got to do, jump over to the Please Ship channel in our Discord server and request shipping over there, okay? And a good time to do that is when you feel like you're done opening cards for a while. You know, if you don't want your cards, you can always just tell me that you'd like to donate them. I suspect one of the reasons why some people don't ship their cards is because they're abandoning them because they don't really care too much. Oh, here we go, Robert Wright. So I suspect some people are abandoning their cards. And if you don't want them anymore, let me know. We'll put them in the pity pile. You don't have to give them to me. You can give them to the audience. So you can put them in a pity pile and donate them to other people, all kinds of things. You could donate a card to the signature folder, and then your name will be in the signature folder from then on out. So that's a cool option. If you're, if you think you're going to take a break from Pokemon card collecting for a while, yeah, don't just abandon them here because they just sit in a box forever. And then after a year, they're considered they're considered truly abandoned in a year. Okay, that's right. You could give them all to Connor Gillespie. You can pick a guy you like and just give your cards to him. Justin Huerta, he says, Mr. I see more Evos in stock. One Evo, please, and thank you. That's right. XY Evolutions have returned. This is for our friend Justin Huerta. Signature folder does have some standards. The standards are it has to be a decent pull. It can't just be a very simple and valueless pull. Hey, this was a good pack. All right, we got Nidoking, looking very fresh, and Beedrill Reverse Holo. Nice, man. I'm not going to lie. The reason that I opened so much XY Evolutions 3 days ago is because it's very high on my list for top quality for pack opening. XY Evolutions, you know when I'm opening something, and I'm opening a lot of it, is because I'm valuing it that way. So you guys saw me on TikTok, and I had a huge pile of holos back here because I was opening up like the last 2 boxes of Evolutions that I had before the restock. I was opening the last 2 boxes for me to have stuff to send out to grade because I am myself a fan of XY Evolutions. In fact, here's a Charizard that just came back 9, and he by himself is going for $210. It's really not bad because who knows what else I pulled alongside that Charizard. Very nice. And of course, you always give yourself a chance to pull a 10 Charizard, which is very rare, but he shows up. I might have pulled 2 just recently. Mr. Justin, which if those end up being 10 Charizards, I mean, that's crazy lucky. Justin Vasquez, Juan Vasquez. Justin Huerta, you had a big bag. And then we moved you, didn't we? You had a really large bag, and then I said, all right, your bag's so big, we got to get you moved. Did we put you up top? Is that what we did? We didn't put you up top. So where do we move? Where do we move Mr. Justin Huerta after we decided his bag was real big? He says, I live shipped last night. Oh, new bag. You got it. He says, I need a new bag in the message. I'm sorry, I didn't even finish reading it. You know, when your order came in, I just went, oh, yeah, he's got a large bag. So I didn't look up the status. Justin Huerta. Yep, when you open up XY Evos, you're always having a chance for a 10. It's a low chance, but it's there. And when you get 10s out of XY Evos, they tend to go for a lot of money. Kelby says 2 NFL Customs. All right. Good luck, Mr. Kelby. We're getting close to the end of the NFL box. He's at 2, right? 1 and 2. And there's only 9 spots, so it's smaller than before. And what you'll notice is numbers 10 is accounted for now. It's going to be this round right here. For anyone wanting to jump into the NFL Prizm hobby box, 190 per spot, and there's 2 spots left. That's it, and then we begin. So, I mean, we could keep doing it this way if you prefer. Just want to mention that before you run out of time. Samuel Aguayo says, for the Alakazam. Shazam! All right. He is goners. You know, Sam, I think that's a good deal, to tell you the truth. You guys know how much a pack of Gym Challenge goes for now? This is Japanese Gym Challenge. He just got the Alakazam 9 for like 80 bucks. You know how much a pack of this is? It's like $400. It's really expensive. It's not cheap at all anymore. So this is like $400 now. Let's find out how much that Gyarados goes for. Actually, I'm just going to add the same price for the Gyarados without looking it up. No, we should look it up because it could be cheaper. It only takes a minute. All right. Oh, in fact, the Gyarados is more expensive, not cheaper. He's $125. That's why we look it up, because it could be cheaper, it could be more expensive. You might as well know. I wonder why he's so much more than the Alakazam. The Alakazam was cheap. Oops, kind of spit the number out there. Okay. After Sam, we have Kyle Doss. He says, for Alligator first edition in my other bag, CGC Tier 2 with subgrades, 1 Squirtle keychain, 5 battle styles. I have a bag. Okay, so Mr. Kyle Doss, we'll start by locating your bag, Kyle. Kyle Sexton. Kyle Hodgkin. Kyle Schaff. Lots of Kyles, huh? Cody Kickcart. Kyle Trice. Keller Smith. Kai Contract. Kyle Wagner. Lots of Kyles, but no Kyle Doss. Kyle Doss, can you give me some information about your bag? Here we go, it's right here, Kyle Doss. All right, cool. Now, Mr. Kyle Doss has ordered one of the Squirtle keychains. They're a glass keychain that light up, and they've got a laser Bulbasaur in the center. It's very cool, actually. Everyone who buys them tells me I should show them off more, but I'm a little bit lazy. You want 1 Squirtle. Okay. So this goes into your bag now. Do me a favor, Kyle. Just whenever you choose to ship, try to give me a little reminder in case I don't see this. Kyle Doss, Tier 2, subgrades, 5 battle styles. All right, let's get to those 5 battle styles. And then the last thing we'll do is we'll get that card put into the grading pile, the Tier 2 grading pile. It's in my bag with top-loaded cards. Oh, yeah, for sure. I definitely would have set that to the side, and I think it's on the shelf right over there. I think I placed cards like that in a box together on a shelf so that they'd stay off the ground. What's up, GMAC? I found a cool Porygon promo card and a pre-release Dark Gyarados in my binder. Oh, sweet. Good luck to Kyle Doss. We've got Meowstic. The for Alligator's in a different bag. Well, I know that. Here's Houndoom. Tapu Bulu. Silicobra. Come on, hot card. Oh, look at this. It's flipped over. Crawdaunt. Well, mister, no crazy pulls that round. That's 3 cold packs in the battle styles. Did I say 3? 5 cold packs. Yeah, that's rough. I'm sorry, man. How about the Raichu slap, mister? It says Brian Ochoa. This is sold, everyone. All right, so Kyle Doss. Can we find you over here? I'm looking for Kyle Doss and everyone else's cards who were waiting to be sent to be graded. Did I put them over here, maybe? This might be it. Yeah, I found the box. All right. And I found it. Very good. I did, in fact, have it on a shelf. All right. That's a nice looking for Alligator. Good luck on the grade. I'm not going to touch it any more than I need to. It is in a deck sleeve. Isn't that funny? That's C2 plus. C stands for CGC. 2 stands for Tier 2. The plus means he wants subgrades. That's how all that works. Not too many people requesting grading lately. That's okay. We'll still get those sent out. Next up, we have Tammy Lowe. What's up, Tammy? Tammy wants 4 live customs, proving the snipes aren't real. Tammy! Here goes. We got Decidueye. Rune Rages. Shaman. And... 2 in the large. Well, there you go, Miss Tammy. Tammy, you basically just ordered 2 spots in the large is what you did. All right. And you got these lovely holos as well. How nice is that? Where's the bag? Well, Tammy, I'm glad you bought 4 and not 3, because that would have been rough. She broke even so nice. Okay, so that would be... So, in other words, sometimes there'll be a case where somebody has ordered 3 cold packs of live customs, and the next pack is the 2 spots in the large, which is quite good for you. But this is very similar to just buying 2 spots in the large. And who knows, Tammy, maybe you'll walk away with the slab. Did I mention that the slabs are going to be individual pulls in the large? So the way it's working, we have Umbreon and Espeon in the large this round. And these are individual pulls, so there will be 2 people who pull 1 of each. And so if you want both of them, you need to buy at least 2 spots, which, by the way, Tammy, you have that. So, Tammy, although the odds are very small, if your pulls were Tammy at the very end, you would get both slabs, which would be very wild. Oh, these don't go in here. They go in here. 11 and 12, right? There we go. Okay, and this belongs to Tammy as well. Tammy Lowe. Tito. Tammy. She's got that lovely Nessa. Are you guys excited for PSA to open back up in July? We're a month away. I wonder how much PSA is really caught up. Big T Exotic says 1 pack of Evolutions, 2 packs of Eevee Heroes. All right. 1 pack of Evolutions. And 2 packs of Eevee Heroes. He also wants live shipping. Excited to see PSA extend the shutdown. What? House number 151, he says. People still haven't gotten subs from 15 months ago. Jesus. I'm a simp for custom breaks. Are Eevee Heroes restocked? Yes, they are. For now. All right. How many did he order? He ordered 2. 2. Good luck with your pulls, Mr. Big T's Exotic. My Express was shipped March. Entered May. Just shipped today. Sneap. Sneap. Okay. How's it going, Dennis? It's Zygarde. That's not Zygarde. Zoroark. Why did I call him Zygarde? Zoroark. They all start with a Z. And another Beedrill. It's a Beedrill Mewtwo. Wow, that's a nice looking Beedrill, but nothing crazy coming out of the Eevee Heroes. I'm sorry, mister. You got a Pikachu. All right, cool. Big T Exotics, did you have any slabs for me to ship? Let me know if you had a slab. Christopher, Christova, Brett. Let's find Mr. Big T's bag. We'll start there. No slabs, just a bag. All right. Sorry about the tough pulls today. Brandon, Benjamin, Brittany, Clifton, Christopher, Christian, Claude, Bradley, Brian, Bin Woo, Chris, Colton. You're up top, aren't you? I feel like I've seen you up top. He says, actually, hold off on shipping. All right, we can do that as well. Here's Christian Metal. I was going to have to start looking for him. I have way too many boxes for A, B, and C. I have a spot in the tops. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Well, what I can do is I can write on your bag that you've already paid for live shipping. And at any time, you can turn that into a booster pack if you don't want the live shipping. But first, I have to find your bag. Gee whiz. Did you have a large bag? Oh, it's right here. You know what? Sometimes these bags, what happens is they like fold over like this, and so you can't read the name at all. So let's extract these. I was just going to add these to your bag, all the bulk, but I'm going to go ahead and toss those out of the way. You do take the Pikachu home with you either way because he's actually a pull. And there's your Beedrill. Sweet. Are we still taking orders? I'm going to take orders for just a little while, okay? You guys can put in a few orders, but we'll wrap up very soon, okay? Very soon. Okay, I've written live on your bag. You're good to go whenever you want to live ship. Am I enjoying the house? I'm greatly enjoying the house. Much higher quality of life. It's like coming out of poverty or something. Hard to describe for anyone who isn't currently living in poverty. You probably forget how shitty life can be. Once you've lived a nice life for too long, you don't know. You're just passing by. Justin says, pass by then. Okay, let's see. I'll probably go out and do some playing around with the Wave Runner. I don't like calling it a personal watercraft because that's such a boring name. Like motorcycle is cool. People call like their motorcycle a motorcycle. It sounds good. So I want to call it a jet ski, but the guys who I bought the Yamaha Wave Runner from, they said jet ski is an actual brand name. You can't call our Wave Runner jet ski. And I'm like, well, I want to call it a jet ski. That describes it very well. A jet ski. Wave Runners, it sounds like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how to. So let's see. They need a better common name than personal watercraft. Just doesn't sound good. We are in the business of naming things as humans. So Kyle Doss, Tammy Lowe, Big T, Eddie Petty. What's up, Eddie? He says, 1 EV snipe. You got it. 1 EV snipe for Eddie Petty. Snipe. I can see what it says on the card. What? Mr. Eddie, that is a 1-pack cold. Sorry, Mr. Jack Gray has a large order. Mister, can I have the following: 1 live custom, 1 Eevee Hero, 1 Eevee Hero, 1 Silver Lance, 1 Jet Black, 1 Matchless, 1 Battle Styles, 1 Unified Minds, 1 Japanese team-up. 1 Japanese team-up. 1 Unbroken Bonds. Also, I would like a spot in the NFL Prizm and 1 spot in the large and live international shipping. You've shipped to me before, and I also have a couple slabs. Mr. Jack. Jack's doing the super snipe. So Jack Gray goes over here. There you go, Jack. And he wants a live custom as well. That's going to be Thunderous. And he wants a spot in the large. Jack's spreading his seeds. He says one of these will turn back into an oak tree for me. You never know, Jack. Sometimes it takes 1 spot. Boop. Okay, we open all those. Live international shipping. You got it. Whew. Good luck on your pulls, Jack. Sneep. Sneep. And then we got a bunch of Japanese packs right here. There we go. Chilling Rain is literally Jet Black, Silver, Lance, and Matchless. What you mean? Oh, you're talking about the upcoming English box. Yeah, that's set to come out soon, probably. I wonder when it does come out. I don't keep track of the release dates too much. Pack number 1 was Matchless. Number 2 is Jet Black Spirit. No luck. Silver Lance. No luck. EV Heroes. Oh, you got something. Oh, Full Art Glaceon from EV Heroes. Very nice. Unified Minds. Picking up Naganadel GX. Very nice. Battle Styles, you pick up Tapu Koko. All right, 1 Tapu. Team Up, you pick. That's a cold pack. And Unbroken Bonds. Come on, Hyper Rare. It is a Hyper Rare. That is a Snipe. And it's Blastoise. Oh! Jack, that's a huge pull. Dude, that Blastoise goes for so much now. He's one of the reasons we open Unbroken Bonds. Oh, what a Snipe. That's right. He looks well centered, clean corners, no whites, no white dots, no white edges. All right. What? You can't do that, mister. That's my Blastoise. Very valuable card. You can't do that to me, mister. Leave, get out of here with that. Mister, I already read your comment. What? Let's go ahead and grab your bag. So, here's the deal with your bag. This is clearly over the 8-ounce limit. So, Jack Gray, because you are international shipping, you will need to work with me to ship 2 boxes. It sucks, but when it comes to international stuff, it gets pretty pricey, actually. So, this is over the 8-ounce limit. Especially, you said you had a couple slabs, too, right? So, with the couple slabs, you will definitely be over the 8-ounce limit. You might have 2 8-ounce bags to ship. In that case, you would just pay another $14 for the other bag. We'll probably have to split your order into 2 rounds of shipping. I did that just recently for somebody. Who did I do that for? Oh, JC. I just did this recently for JC. So what I can do is I can get this all shipped up, and then I can let you know what that's going to cost. But that's okay with you because you just pulled the Blastoise, and probably even a 9 of the Blastoise goes for like $200 if I had to guess. He says, I'll send an additional 14. Perfect. We'll probably send you 2 boxes is the way it'll go. They'll be nice and secured, but we got to send 2 because that's clearly, I would argue this is probably more like over a pound, this right here. It's quite heavy. We'll see what we can do. I'm probably going to lose a chunk of money on that shipping. The international shipping, I have to subsidize that shipping by like between $12 and $16 on my end. It's so expensive. Jonathan Morris says 6 EV Heroes, mister. All right, this is for Jonathan Morris. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good luck with your pulls. Now, just remember, guys, this is a temporary high price. If you simply wait a while, the price is very likely to come down, okay? Unless the demand for EV Heroes is so insane that it doesn't. That kind of happened with Hidden Fates, but I doubt it. This price will likely fall. It will just take some time, okay? I have to kind of load up on a few of them. I have to have enough left that when I lower the price, you guys can't cause them to sell out in a single night. That's what's going on here, okay? Cold. You'll notice, like, for example, Matchless is $5 now. Well, that's because you guys can't cause me to run out of them in one night. And that's why they're so cheap. Cold. You've got Entei. Now, Entei might be the best holo in this set. We're going to sleeve him up as a holo hit pull. And, oh, I thought that was a full art. We've got not Eevee, Espeon V. Congratulations, Mr. Jonathan Morris. Jonathan Morris, J.O. Let's go find your bag. I remember when we got Matchless Fighters in, and it was so popular. For 1 second, I had the price down at $5 a pack, and we sold them so fast. You guys went through like more than half a case of Matchless in like an hour, and it just blew my mind. I was like, no way, man. I just can't keep up with that. So you're going to be sold out in one night. And I had to raise the price up to like $7, and then it slowed down. Johnny Ceruzzi, is Jonathan? Oh, Morris. Jonathan Morris. Here we are, not to be confused with Justin Morris. There you go. Pokemon 56 Beyond says, I'm lost. What? Let me refresh the music. Gregory Morin says, 1 Eevee Heroes and 1 Shining Fates. That's right. Shining Fates right now, in my opinion, are a pretty decent pack to be opening on this channel. Here we are. Shining Fates is lower than it's ever been in a while. And I don't know if that price will stay that way for too long, because this is a Charizard set. It has the Hyper Rare, not the Hyper Rare, it has the shiny Charizard VMAX in it. Anytime a set has a Charizard in it, it tends to maintain a higher price than other sets. And so for right now, the price on these packs, in my opinion, are fairly good. I don't expect it to fall any lower than this either, that's the thing. But it can certainly go higher than this. It depends on how much Nintendo prints. That is a squeaky chair, dude. Yep, you could open up 1 pack of Shining Fates and pull out a $600 Charizard. It's possible. Good luck to Gregory Morin. Gregory. Sneep. And Sneep. Double snipe. He gets the best pull out of Eevee Heroes and the Charizard out of his Shining Fates. No, that's a cold pack. How about this? That's a cold pack as well. Mr. GJM, do you even want the coughing? If you look, coughing seems to have a shitty edge and he's thin on the right. Let me know. I can definitely toss it in your bag. I just don't want to go looking for your bag. That was a rough round, mister. Well, you only ordered 1 pack of each. Stephen Tripp, he says, 1 live custom and 2 Shining Fates. All right. Your live custom had a holo Dragonite in it. That's from Team Up, I think. Or it's from the other one, Lost Thunder. And he wants 2 shinies. My girlfriend said she's just passing by. Okay, bye. Don't mind me, I'm just passing by. Sneep. All right, so we have some Shining Fates for Mr. Stephen Tripp. Good luck, Stephen. Shiny Snom. He looks pretty cute. Got a little butt face. See that? Watch, this will be the Zard. It could. That's the scary thing. More Pecco, but not this time. It is a nice butt-faced Snom, though. Stephen Tripp with an S. Let's check down here first. Sylvester, Sergio, Sate, Squid Pokemon. All right, we're going to assume you're up top then. Sandro, Swagster, Sean Leon, Stephen Tripp. How's it going, Stephen? Welcome back. Thanks for opening some Shining Fates, man. Yep, you'll hear me talking about Shining Fates a bit for a little while, because I think it's at a pretty decent price right now. And so Shining Fates is high on my list of value. So is XY Evolutions. Those 2 sets, I think those are good value sets right now. And Evolutions is probably going to be one of the most overpriced sets, so just be aware of that. I'm trying to give you guys some advice on that, but you can do whatever you want with your own money. So you want to open a whole box of Evolutions, go for it. Or not Evolutions, Eevee Heroes, go for it. It is the new set, so that's where the fun is, right? Mister, can I get that Raichu slab? You got it. This is for Brian Ochoa. Here you go, Brian. Ochoa. There we go. We might have to give that Charmander away. He might have to be part of a giveaway. What do you guys think? He's pretty cute. You got to share some of the love, right? So he's not a terribly valuable card, and yet, in another way, he is. He's just so good looking, and he's first edition. So we might have to do a giveaway on him. Let's get a price on this Dragonite here. I know you guys are interested in that Dragonite, don't lie. I know how you guys are. So Dragonite 8.5. The question is, do I offer him as a 9 or do I offer him as an 8 in terms of price comparisons? I think to be nice, let's make it an 8. I'll be right back. So we're looking up PSA 8, Dragonite, Fossil. Here's a 7.5 from CGC for 120. Well, there's just not a lot to compare them to. Oh, here we go. Here we go. So the cheapest one is this guy right here, 180. You can see he's unlimited. All right, so he's going to be 180. Wow. That's pretty pricey, actually. I guess it makes sense. It is Dragonite from Fossil, right? People really like this guy. There we go. All right, cool. Yeah. What do you guys think is better, though? Take a look at this. Here's a Charizard from Evolutions for 210. He costs 30 more. He's a slightly higher grade. It is a Charizard, but he's a modern Charizard. However, it's a vintage artwork. And then over here, here's a authentic vintage card, but he's only 8.5, and he's not Charizard, he's Dragonite. Pretty interesting. The price comparisons are quite close here. They're quite close. So it could go either way. Some people might say one over the other. Can we get this leveled? Is that leveled? Try to get this camera level. There we go. Okay. Michael Manwen. He wants 2 NFL customs. Mr. Michael. Here you go, Mr. Michael. I'm amazed by the sticker gun. I am too. I did not expect myself to ever use it, and here I am using it. Oops, I think I spelled your last name wrong. I'm sorry. I know who you are. Oh, he wanted 2 spots? Give me a second. So he wants spots 4 and 5. Good luck. Boomer gun. That's right. Nathaniel. Hey, Mr. It's Papa's in the house requesting live shipping on my CGC, Lugia, and Sceptile. I also have a bag. Since I have a nickname, you can confirm me in our Discord message. All right. Papa's in the house. Let's see if I left you in the P box. The P box has never had high traffic, so you might still be in here. Paul Ricardo. How's it going, man? Yep, your cards are back. We're going to get all your stuff shipped out for you. It's going to be nice. Patrick, Philip, Patrick, Peter, Pokey Peanut. Pokey Peanut. That's his actual PayPal name, Pokey Peanut. Would you still grade the vintage with subgrades now that it costs 25 and is more expensive than PSA? No, I would not. What's the point? Not even a point to it. Rateb. Wait, is it yeah, there's a P box. Raul, Ryan. So I'm checking in here first, but we might have moved you off to the P box already. The P box and the old nickname boxes. Purebred, Quentin. Purebred suggests that not all nicknames got moved off. President Agnew, Richard, RPG Gamer, Red Express. Yeah, some of these are nicknames. Papa, oh, Giorgio. All right. Rodney Ellie, Raul. Papa's in the house. All right. Found you. And let's get a label made for you, since this is going to be an easy label to make. Mr. Nathaniel, huh? Give me a minute, guys. I'm going to be making a label here. Cool. Let me make sure I've never shipped you before. Okay, I've never shipped you before. Wow, you waited a long time, mister. 6 months. Probably longer than 6 if you think about it. Because I also had to have 2 weeks before I submitted your cards, right? All right, and I'll write down here that you got slabs. All right, I'm going to place you to the side and get you shipped up after the stream ends. You're good to go, mister. Actually, can I? No, I don't need to do that. Okay. Papa's in the house. We're going to get that good live shipping. We got to get Professor Vince shipped, too. He's on that same list. Look at those beautiful slabs. Okay, we're jumping into the transactions again. This is probably going to be my last refresh. We're heading on to 2 hours. I don't want to stream much longer than 2 hours. We have a Jonas Rosados order. He says 5 EV Heroes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What other grading systems are there other than PSA, CGC, and BGS? TCC grading, of course. All right. So good luck to our friend Jonas Rosado. Sneep. Sneep. Oops. Are you going to join the Passing By gang? Don't mind me, just passing by. Oh, mister. There we are. Hyper Rare Glaceon. Don't show Kara Nichols this. She wants it. I know she does. That's cold. Cold. Here's Glaceon VMAX. Very nice, Jonas. Very nice, Mr. Jonas. Why you be sniping all my pokies, mister? Mister, you get enough rest? Yeah, I get enough rest. Sleep is really important to me, so I get plenty of sleep. If I didn't get a lot of sleep, I'd be doing something wrong in life. Question is, where did I put Jonas's stuff last? Oh, that's JU. Jonas Sanchez. Jonathan Cruz. Okay, not in here. Jonas, I've seen your bag like a zillion times. Jungle Mia. Saruzi. Flora Jazz. What's this? Just okay, you gotta be up top or something. Should have just checked up top. Why didn't I check up top first? John Fang. You're not up top. Ah, I've seen his bag so many times. Where is his bag? I've seen your bag so many times. I know it's out here. Bradley, Joseph Giron. Here it is. It's because I was in the overflow. All right, congratulations on that hot pull. Be sure to get it graded. There we go. Next up, we've got Alexander Hurst, who wants one super sexy live custom booster. You got it. Oh, we got Holo Septile. All right, Holo Septile. He also wants 2 EV Heroes. All right, you got it, Alexander. Mr. Alexander. Sneep. You pull is Swampert. And there's Marshadow. Yo, mister, your next batch you should send into grading from GMA. We could send a GMA. I'm not a big fan of GMA. Do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man? The Muffin Man! Yes, I know the Muffin Man. Who lives on Drury Lane? Well, he's related to the Muffin Man. The Muffin Man? The Muffin Man! That's a Shrek line. Let's see, Alexander Hurst. Why do I know all that? I've watched it too many times. I'm not the monster, you're the monster. You and your fairy tale friends. You're a monster. GMA slabs just look cheap. They're all right. I don't hate GMA. Nothing wrong with GMA. Just, I prefer CGC, that's all. Jack Gray. We got Jack Gray. He wants 1 Shining Fates, and here's the 14 extra for additional shipping. All right, so Jack Gray's going to get the big Shining Fates. Snipe. I ordered a Shining Fates too, mister. Oh, good thing you said something. Hold on. Alexander Hurst. Live custom, 2 EV, and 1 Shining Fates. Aha! So this is Mr. Alexander Hurst. Sorry about that, Alexander. I almost gave this to Jack. Can you believe it? Believe it. You pull Shiny Dracloak. All right, and Greedent. Okay, we got Dracloak. Sweet. that's for Mr. Alexander Hurst. It's so nice. So handsome, he's just passing by. Don't mind me, I'm just passing by. So back to Jack Gray. He wanted one Shining Fates. Here you go, Jack. Jack, let's see if Alexander helps you get a snipe. Because Alexander didn't pull a Charizard. No, actually, you just missed the hit. Woo! Alexander wiping his brow there. All right, I'm sorry about that, mister. How lucky do you feel? So, live and shipping is paid. I don't know why I had to write that down, but I think that'll help me remember what we did. Adam Vincent says 10 Japanese team-ups. Oh, really? You want 10 Japanese team-ups? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops. 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. I got slabs too. That's true. Let me write that down too. I'll just write that down just to be safe. All right, so we got slabs written down. All right, so Adam Vincent, you must be nervous. This is a big order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 team-ups. Sleep. Cheese peed in my mouth, says Woods. Oh my God. Sleep. Good luck to Adam Vincent. Mr. Adam, that's cold. Articuno, right? The Articuno holo. Cold. Now, as you guys know, there's a Charizard holo in here, and he's pretty nice. Ooh, there we go. There's Zekrom Pikachu. Remember, he's the Chase Hyper Rare in this set. We also have, oh, nice. There's Charizard holo. That is why you open up Team Up. You pull Charizards for days. That's cold. And Eevee Snorlax. Man, this is such a nice set, seriously. All very gradable, in my opinion. That's cold. And Voltorb. All right, we got Voltorb. Awesome. Sweet. Did I say Voltorb? That's Electrode. I'm just looking at that little pretty picture of Voltorb in the upper corner. I know who he is. Sometimes my brain's on autopilot. All right, Adam Vincent, let's find your bag. Mr. Adam. I'm actually a big, big fan of that team up. Here we go, Adam Vincent. Electrode, mister. That's right, it's Electrode. I know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. In all fairness, Electrode and Voltorb are hard. They're not that distinguishable from each other. The colors just reverse and their eyes change a little. Adam Moondorf. Adam says 6 matchless fighters. You got it, Mr. Adam Moondorf. 6 matchless fighters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He also wants 2 Shining Fates. All right, 2 Shinies. And 2 Eevee Heroes. And live shipping. I have a slab in the fossil pack in first edition Raichu. Woo! You got a lot, Mr. Adam. Adam Moondorf. What's my favorite modern set? Good question. I mean, it depends on which modern set. XY era, Sun and Moon era, Sword and Shield era. So there's different rounds of modern. Okay, very good. Mr. Adam. How much for the Blaine's Charizard? I haven't priced him yet. You know, he won't be that expensive, though, for an old vintage Charizard, because he's graded 7, he's unlimited. All right, we got Articuno. Galarian Articuno. And Inteleon. From your EV Heroes, you pull Raichu. Oh no, Raichu. Do I like Lumpia? I love Lumpia. It's so good. We got 2 more packs of Matchless, apparently. That's cold. And, I'm sorry, that's Beedrill. Here's the Shining Fates. Shining Fates is Buizel. I've been abused. And Frostmoth. I'm sorry, mister. That was for Adam Moondorf. Holy Jesus, dude, you got wrecked. That was a rough round, mister. That was a rough round. We'll put that right there. So Adam Moondorf does have a bag. I'm going to go find it over here. Holy. Well, it's a good thing you pulled a heavy pack of Fossil, because you were not about to do well in that round that you just ordered. Have I ever tried papaya salad? I don't think I've tried that. I know I just saw your bag. Where is your bag? Mr. Adam Moondorf. He'll be in here, right? Ardenan. Alexander. Here we go. Adam Moondorf. Found your bag. Now you say you got a slab and you got the fossil and you got that Raichu too. I don't like papaya salad because I'm passing by. We're going to write down live. We're going to write down slab. We're going to write down fossil and Raichu. All right, I'm going to place you to the side so I can keep this line moving because we're past the 2-hour mark. I want to wrap up. And actually, that was the end of the line. So hold on. Let's do a quick refresh. After Adam Moondorf, we have an order from Connor Gillespie. He wants 1 live custom booster. This will be the last order of the day. We'll be back on later tonight, though, so I hope you guys will join me there. And it is a Lugia. How nice is that? But I'm afraid it's not the big hit. So we're going to wrap up there. Mr. Connor Gillespie. Here you go, Mr. Connor. Mister, can I get my bag shipped with Jack Gray? Says Adam Vinson. What? Oh, are you guys saying to the same address? Is that what you're saying? Yes, okay, I'm just passing by. Yeah, we live together, says Jack Gray. All right, so this is going to say Jack Gray on it, and we're going to get them shipped together. That makes a lot of sense, actually, to combine your shipping when it is going to save you a lot of money. Okay, so this is your bag, Mr. Adam Vinson. I won't mix them, but they're going to come in the same box. That's a big order, man. Okay, I want to thank you all for watching. Let's give little Mr. Hexa a little boot here. Oh, he's already gone. Good job, mods. Okay, so anyways, I want to thank you all for watching. We'll be back on later tonight to open more.